Alright guys, we're on our way to the flea market. Forgive my voice, I'm still a little under the weather. But the store ain't gonna run itself. Well, it can actually if I put enough listings up, which I did yesterday. I put up a good amount of listings. Yesterday was a good day of sales for me, so I'm pretty happy about that. On my way to the flea market, it's nearby, not too far away, so hopefully I find some fun items, some vintage, and we get lucky and we score. So let's see what happens. Just got done at the flea market, and again, I apologize for not filming at the flea market, but it's just that when I'm in the zone, I like want to stay there, and pulling out a camera and trying to film stuff, it kind of distracts me. Got some fun stuff. Got some military stuff, some fighter jet stuff, some pins, NASA pins, stuff like that, military buttons. It's a kind of a bunch of little stuff, and I paid $64 for everything, and it comes out to $1 a piece. So I'm pretty sure, I don't know what this stuff goes for, but I kind of, at the flea market, I kind of just go with my gut, because there's a lot of interesting stuff, and I feel like if you word it correctly on eBay or whatever platform you're selling it on, Etsy, it'll sell to the right buyer. It might not go right away, but eventually it'll sell, because this is all cool stuff. And especially on eBay, because I believe I don't want to take credit for this, but I believe Craigslist Hunter said, it's kind of an older generation that's on eBay, kind of 35 and up, and they're searching for stuff like this kind of old memorabilia, vintage, antique. So that's the stuff that I like. That's the stuff that I love looking for. And again, I do the shoes and the clothing and all the other stuff, electronics, just to fill in the gaps, and keep the store going. But I'm excited to show you guys this stuff. How much would I make? I don't know. I could easily say, oh, I'm gonna, $64 into $300, but I'm not sure. I hope to at least double my money. And this is another one where, again, I'll let you guys know as we're moving along what's happening with this buy. But I'm gonna go get a bite to eat. I'm hungry, feel sick, and I'll go home and I'll show you what I picked up. So here they are. Here are my flea market finds, and it's a bunch of military items. There's a lot of collectors out there for these, and I find this stuff, this historical stuff, interesting. The person that earned these badges, what is their story? What did they encounter? What did they do while being in the military? So I love this kind of historical stuff. I found the guy who had a bunch of baggies. I asked him how much the bags were. He was like, well, the more bags you buy, the better the deal. So I grabbed a couple bags and asked him how much. He said $30. I said 20. We ended up at 25. So I paid 25 for all this stuff right here. So we got to just show you a couple of badges here, medals here. We got National Defense. These are like merit medals, or like service medals. War on Terrorism service medal. It's got a couple here. And what I'll end up doing is like putting some of these in lots and selling them together instead of individually. It'll probably go better that way. Southwest Asia service. Here goes a grenade pin here. Little tie clip, Eagle, Globe, and Anchor for the Marines. A cool pendant here. This is 1776 to 1976. That's a cool one there. We got all kinds of other fun little things here. I have a buddy, my best friend. He was in the military, so I have to ask him about some of these Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. There, we got some Ronald Reagan, um, Republican gold medal thing here, but I think that one goes for $10 by itself. And I've looked up a lot of these. Some of these go for 7, some of them go for 10. So that's why I'm deciding to just put them in lots and give them a good price and sell them together. I got a bunch of buttons here. So this is cool. Got some information on the back. Um, what else we got? Yeah, just a lot of fun little. Another little pendant, if you guys can see it. The Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. The Marines are looking for a few good men. Is this vintage? Some of these seem to be. I don't know if all of them are, but they're still really cool. And then we got these. I find these are so cool. These challenge coins. Proud member United States Armed Forces. If you look into challenge coins, you'll find a lot of fun stories and why they carry these. Air Mobility Command Intelligence, privilege to serve citizens, airman, awarded for excellence, Alaska State Command Chief. So is that like a police officer, maybe? Citizen airman? I don't know what that is. Never heard of that. But yeah, so a lot of fun stuff here. And again, I paid $1 a piece for all these items. And then we got this bundle here of pins, lapel pins. So we got little jets and airplanes there, which I'll most likely put together. Stealth fighter. We got some NASA stuff in here, so I'll put all that stuff together. And the lady that was selling these, she was selling these individually. If I added it all up, and it was $70 altogether for everything. And so I offered her $30. I said, excuse me, would you take $30 for the whole thing? And she looked at it and she's like, okay, sure. So I paid $30 for this. If she would have sold all these individually, which I know is kind of harder to do at the flea market, it'd be like $70. So I could sell the pins individually, and then I could actually sell this case and these little cases not individually, but as a set also, so I can maximize my profit there. And then I found these here. F-14 Tomcat in action, Squadron Signal Publications, aircraft number 32, and they have it's pretty much on what the what the aircraft could do. Weapons loading. What else we got? Just a lot of cool info here. F-14 Tomcat. This was actually my favorite jet when I was a kid. When we would go to the air show, because my family's all involved in aerospace, so we would go to the air shows and stuff. And I actually work in a aerospace manufacturing company. But yeah, when we'd go to the air shows when I was young, I always liked seeing the F-14 Tomcat. I think I just liked the name. I think that's what it was. Then we got a P-38 Lightning in action here. And again, more info. This is really cool. A lot of historical stuff. This is the kind of stuff I want to find and be able to sell. This is fun here. Look at that. That's really cool. So yeah, these will sell for sure. So I spent $64 on all this. I should be able to double my money for sure. How long will it take? I could probably do a little bit more than double my money, but the question is, how long will it take? I think the thing is here is listing them and putting using good keywords in the title, and hoping that the right buyer will pick these up quick. But yeah, this is fun stuff here. Oh, and let me show you one more thing I picked up. So this was another metal that came in the bunch. This one you can see has a lot of oxidation. But you see it says 4243. And then I was trying to make out what it says on there. I saw that the first word was marigold. And I was like, what is this from? Like, what branch of the military is this from? I just assumed it was military because it was in with these. But then I started looking at it closer, and I was like, wait, this doesn't look anything military. It looks like bowling pins and a bowling ball to me. So I started looking up Marigold Bowling Alley, Marigold Bowling Lanes, and it turns out in Chicago in 1941, a Marigold at bowling alley and arcade opened up, and that's what this says, Marigold Arcade, 4243. So I'm assuming that this is from there, and it was some kind of bowling league from 4243. Because the way this is marked here goes with the markings down here, which say Marigold Arcade. But again, this is part of the fun here, is you find things like this and you end up tracking down where they came from, the history and stuff like that. So this is pretty cool that somebody in 1942 or 1942, somebody won this award, either in the arcade for some sort of game or bowling. So that's this is really cool. This is why I like doing this, for stuff like this. Very, very cool stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys liked my haul here. Enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.